I am done hiding her. This is her. Right here. The one I've waited for. Loved in silence, kept close and quiet, not out of fear, not out of shame, but because some things are just too precious to be shown too soon. For so long, I held this love close to my heart, in stillness, in private smiles, in messages only we read and moments only we felt. We had our world, untouched by noise, untouched by pressure, and for a long time, that was enough. But something changed today. Maybe it was the way the sun broke through my window this morning, soft and gold. Maybe it was the way she smiled at me while pouring tea. Or maybe I just realized that some love stories are too beautiful not to share. This is her. The one I kept safe from the world. The one who turned my ordinary into something rare. And now, I want you to see her the way I do. This morning felt different, like something big was about to happen. I woke up early, my heart already full of thoughts. I looked over and there she was, peaceful and soft, wrapped in the kind of stillness that makes you believe everything will be okay. I planned everything quietly. I chose our small living room, the place where we've had the deepest talks, shared the most laughter, and felt the safest. The lighting was warm, golden, soft enough to feel like a memory. I set up the camera, adjusted it until it caught the room the way I see it when she's in it. Then I took a breath, a deep, shaking breath. Not from fear, but from the weight of what I was about to say. And I pressed record. I didn't want it to be dramatic. I didn't want it to be perfect. I just wanted it to be real. "Hey everyone," I said, smiling but nervous. "Special day today." The words hung in the air like something holy. I paused for a second. My hands were trembling a little. "I'm done hiding her. This is her. Right here." The words felt powerful as they left my mouth. I could feel something shift in the room, like the truth had finally arrived and it wasn't leaving. As I spoke, my mind wandered back through the days we've had, the soft mornings, the silly arguments, the long drives with no direction, the random ice cream dates, the times we cooked meals together and ended up just laughing over burnt toast. I remembered how we met, how she wasn't loud or pushy, just warm, kind, and quietly steady. Her smile lit up something in me. I didn't know it at the time, but that smile would become my favorite place. She lifts me when I feel down. I said to the camera. She brings light into every corner of my life, even on hard days, especially on hard days. And I meant every word. There's something about her presence that softens the world. She never needed to be the center of attention. She never asked for any stage. All she ever wanted was to love, quietly and truly. And in that quiet love, I found everything. I told a story, one of my favorites. The day we randomly decided to drive with no plan, we ended up at a hidden beach, a place we hadn't even known existed. We laughed until our cheeks hurt, danced barefoot on the sand, and watched the waves crash as we spoke about dreams, fears, and things we hadn't said out loud before. That day still lives in my heart like a bookmarked page. That day made me realize I didn't just like her, I needed her. Then came the moment, the big moment. I turned toward the door. My heart was pounding. I wasn't sure if it was from nerves or joy or just the weight of the reveal. I took another breath, deeper this time. "All right, everyone," I said. "Here she is." I opened the door slowly, and there she was. Her eyes met mine first, wide with surprise but soft with knowing. She had figured it out. She saw the camera. She knew what was happening, and she smiled. My God, she smiled like sunlight. She walked in, hesitant but glowing. Her fingers played with her sleeves, the way they always do when she's unsure but brave. I reached out and took her hand, pulled her close to me. "This is her," I said. "The woman I love." She blushed, just a little, and said softly, "I can't believe you're doing this." Her laugh, light and airy, filled the room. "I'm so happy right now." And so was I. More than happy. relieved, grateful, overflowing. We sat beside each other, our hands still joined. We laughed, we talked. We shared inside jokes that made no sense to anyone else. And for the first time, it didn't feel like a secret. It just felt real, honest, right. I looked at her and said, "I've kept you to myself for so long, but I don't want to anymore. I want people to see what I see in you." She looked back at me with tears in her eyes, but smiling, still. "Thank you," she whispered, "for seeing me, for loving me like this." We watched the video back together after filming. Every second made us smile. Every small moment felt like gold. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't scripted. But it was us. And that made it perfect. As we sat side by side, watching the video play back, something soft settled between us. It was more than comfort. It was that quiet, deep knowing that what we had built, away from eyes, away from opinions, was real. We didn't rush anything. We let time shape our bond. Every conversation, every quiet dinner, every shared sunrise, all of it led us here. And now the world would finally see what I had known for a long time. This woman is the one I was waiting for. We didn't always have it easy. Love, even the best kind, has its storms. There were moments when life pulled us in different directions, when silence sat between us longer than we wanted, when doubts whispered in the corners. But even then, even in those unsure nights, I never stopped feeling sure about her. My heart always came back to her, like a compass, like home. And every time we came through something, we came through stronger, softer, closer. There's something sacred about a love that survives the quiet seasons. The kind that isn't loud or flashy but steady. The kind where even silence feels like a conversation. That's the love I found with her. We didn't post every moment. We didn't share every kiss. But every moment meant something. And now, I'm ready for the world to see her through my eyes. Not just the pretty smile or the way her laugh fills a room, but the way she remembers small details, the way she believes in people, the way she stood by me when I didn't feel like much. When I look at her, I see the reason I kept going when I wanted to give up. I see the warmth that carried me through the cold. I see the love that didn't demand attention but deserved all of it. She's not just my partner. She's my peace, my safe place, my truth. I remember one night, not too long ago, we sat in the car during a quiet rain. We weren't saying much, just watching the drops race down the glass. She reached over and held my hand. No words, just warmth. And I thought to myself, this is what love feels like. No performance, no pressure, just presence. That moment stuck with me. That moment told me everything I needed to know. She was the one. Today is not just about showing her face. It's about showing our truth. It's about saying, yes, this is the love I've been carrying. It's about no longer needing to hide the best part of my story. I've always believed that real love should be protected, but it should also be celebrated. And today, we celebrate. We celebrate all the days we kept to ourselves, all the tiny wins, all the held hands, all the tears we wiped for each other. We celebrate the fact that we made it here. She turned to me after we watched the video and said, "It's beautiful. You really see me." And I said, "I always have." Because it's true. I saw her before the world did. I saw her when she didn't even see how beautiful her soul was. I saw the strength in her softness, the fire in her calm, the grace in her every move. And now I want the world to see it too. We talked about how this moment would change things, about how once the world sees what we have, there might be noise, opinions, judgments. But we weren't afraid. We've already walked through enough together to know that our foundation is not built on what others think. It's built on us. And that's why we're ready. I looked at her again and said, "Do you remember when I told you I'd introduce you to the world one day?" She nodded. "You're doing it now." And I smiled. Because I was. Not with flash, not with drama, but with heart. She leaned her head on my shoulder. "I love you," she said. "I love you too," I whispered back, and that was it. No big speech, just truth. This isn't just a video, it's a promise, a beginning, a chapter turning, a story finally being read out loud. From now on, I won't speak in riddles or poems only she understands. I won't blur her out of the pictures. I won't keep her behind the curtain. She deserves to be seen, and I'm proud to show her. We laughed again because we always do. Her laugh is my favorite sound. It's where my peace lives. And as the camera rolled, I knew this memory would live forever. "This is us," I said, holding her hand up to the screen. "This is what love looks like for me. And I hope when you see her, when you hear our laughter, when you watch the way she looks at me, I hope you feel what I feel. Because this is her. This is the one." And I waited a long time for her.